What's up, nerds? Back with another video. We are doing a shooting video. However, this time we've got a voiceover because I thought it would be fun to do a kind of like explanation of shooting video. Normally these are shooting ASMR videos. So for this station, we've got a high overhead. There we go. Bang. And then we've got a going across quick. So this left clay, you can see I kind of wait for it to hit the apex, and then I shoot right as it's coming down. And it was a little windy today, and I did that because I wanted to get an idea where the wind would be taking it, and then from there I shoot it once I know the path it's going to have. And then on the right, so we'll see go up, let's see, so pull, it's going to go up. Let's give it a second. Pull, there we go. It goes up right when it comes down, bang, end up missing it, but I do get the one coming across, and the one coming across, you've got to make sure you're ahead of it. This next station is good practice for that, so we've got a right and a left, and big time here is important to keep your gun ahead of the clay. So when I'm seeing the shell, I'm seeing it right behind my the barrel of my shotgun. And for this one as well, it's important not to be, moving your gun around. As the person who taught me says, you're not painting a picture. You don't need to be taking all these long strokes. You keep your gun in the area that you're going to be shooting, and you just, essentially not let the clay come to you, because again, you want to keep it a little bit in front. However, for stations like this where it's pretty close, you don't have to keep your gun super far ahead, but you do need to keep moving the gun. And speaking of moving the gun, this is a great station example. I actually didn't get the first shell on this one, so that second one is coming out on the left. The first one's actually coming out on the right. You'll see it kind of mid-screen, and that one's going out, and it's pretty quick. And that one, a big time, is keep the gun moving. You're going to need to shoot a teeny little bit under it, not too much under, but you could see it's flying out, bang, and then you switch over, and that left one coming out, bang, and you could pretty much aim right on that one since it's so close. And so now you can see we've got that overhead one, and then there's a guy in the very far back, in between those two trees on the left. And so we'll see it coming up here in a second. So from overhead, it's kind of close, bang. So you shoot underneath it. And then that far out one, that's actually, this is a good time to talk about leads. And for me, video game crosshairs, because for me, having a video game crosshair in my head from playing video games all the time and understanding where the shot is going to go helps a lot. Because for those leads, I mean, you really have, you're shooting, you're bang, shoot, and then you wait a second or two, and then it hits, which is tough. And this is another great example of that. So we've got our shell coming out left to right, up and out and away. So that one's going to come out, and then we've got one on the left that's coming in and down quick. So bang, there we go. And then that one on the left is hard to see, and it actually goes off screen. But for those ones, you're really shooting, and then you have to kind of gauge that next little bit, that half second before you hit it. So bang, there we go, left to right, bang, and then here we go, this one's coming in, bang. And that was a really tough one. And so now we've got two SIMOs. You could take some of these stations. I mean, these stations are supposed to be report. I mean, some of them are SIMO. This one, I just enjoy shooting SIMO. This is a fun one. You've got two relatively close together, and it's, just kind of, I just like it. It's fun. It's challenging. And it's, big time. You have to get used to the recoil of the gun, recoil management. You don't want the gun to swing around everywhere, and you need to, be quick about it. And so this one is another similar one. So you've got Simo, two birds coming out. So we've got this. They're both coming right to left. Bang, bang. And it's actually a lot easier than it looks from this angle. From the angle of the shooter, they're lined up fairly straightforward. And it's actually a tough lefty stand. It's easier to shoot as a righty because they're lined up right in front of you. And you can see they almost cross in the same spot. But anyway, this is another fun one. This is a great lead one. So you notice I'm behind on that bird, missed that black one going left to right and out. But then we start dialing it in. And you can tell by where the clays, the direction they break when they keep going. So bam, you can see how the debris from the clay, or after it breaks, it still is moving. It's still got that momentum going out. And so we've got this one, bang, dust it right there, and then bang, you could see the shell stuff keeps going out because you're moving the gun with the shell. So this station I'm actually normally pretty good at. I was actually pretty bad today at it. This is a great station for practicing moving the gun. The shells are close, or not shells, I'm sorry. The clays are closer, so you don't have to give them as crazy of a lead. However, you could see a little bit on the top. My gun is moving pretty quick, and it's following along these shells. And that's what you've got to do if you want to hit them. I actually think I got 3 on this, I think. Normally, actually, believe it or not, I'm normally a 6er on that one. But that guy gets away at the end. This is a rabbit station. You can see on the bottom. Boom, rabbit jumping and getting out of there. And then we've got one from the back coming in and looping inwards. They changed it up so the rabbit on this is almost always a jumper. But you could see those shadows from the trees right there. It actually makes it hard for me. I mean, I could barely see this rabbit. So here we go. Pull. He's going to come out. Bang. I mean, he disappears there in and amongst those shadows of the trees. The second one coming out and in towards you. The ones coming in are traditionally the easiest because as they get closer to you, they're easier to see and you don't have to give them as much lead, and you can pretty much like aim your gun right where the shell is going to be, shoot and break them. This is one that so we've got one coming in low, right to left, and then you've got the one going out and away, left to right. And the one that is, this is actually a pretty tricky one because you've got it going so low, and you can see the tree bark is shredded on the tree it gets past because people do try and pick them up early before it gets too low and away. And not only the first one is away going out, but this second one on the left is really, it's going almost straight out when it's thrown. So here we go. We got everything ready. Bada bing, bada boom, a pull. And so it's going low below those trees, bang, shoot it. And then that second one is a big time. You've got to keep that gun moving. And so they changed up this station, and also it was very windy today. So this one was there's a lot of shells being shot on this one because it just was, a little bit unfair almost. I mean, this one, the second, so you can see the pile of orange on the ground closer on the right. I mean, traditionally it came in closer, but it's a little tough to see. But when you see it coming, I mean, that bird is like going straight down into the ground. So we've got the first clay is a right to left coming out from the mid screen. And let's see when I load it up and pull it. There we go. It's a little tough to see. Boom on the right. And then that second one, boom, like straight down. I mean, this was my worst station. I think I hit 2 on this station. And normally I am a 4 out of 6 on most stuff. Try not to go lower than a 3. But this station was just a real difficult one because you've got to manage everything that we've been talking about. You've got to manage a lead from going far away, the wind pulling things down. You've got a right to left as well as then a down. So you're combining a lot of stuff together in this station. This one was a pretty tough one. I did not shoot well. This one's a tricky one as well. These are 2 fast birds coming out, bang, bang. and they're Simo, so you have to really handle the gun well. You need to be extremely strong, sturdy. You need to have a great stance because, again, watch, these two are going to fly out quick. So the first one's easy, and then the second one, the left to right, is going pretty far out there. So let's get them loaded up, and let's see when we're going to pull. We're going to do a little bit of pull, bang, bang. Once he gets his stuff together. There we go. Bang. Bang. I ended up getting them good that time, but that first one is not so bad. It's coming right in front of you. You get it on the way out, but then that second one is pretty far out there. Bang, bang. I ended up only getting one on that one, but this is a difficult Simo. This is another Simo that I really like, but I was shooting at report because it was so windy. So you can see we've got the one in the back coming in, and then we've got the one on top. So the one in the back, you can shoot it at its height. So we're going to get a pull in a second. So you could shoot it. It's going to be a pull and then coming in towards us. Okay, you'll see it in the back. Here we go. Pull. It's coming in. Bang. You could shoot it there, but I actually wait until it's lower and then shoot it when it's a bit closer. And very similar to the station that I shot before, this second one, this up and high in front of us, I wait till it's gotten a little bit of an established curve, and then once I see that curve and can get a better grasp on where it's going, here we go, see up there, and then bang, a little bit on as it's on the way down, and it's just a way to shoot it. This one, like you just saw right there, we've got Simo left and right coming at the same time. I believe I shot the left one first and then the right one. Yeah, left one, bang, and then the right one, bang. This is, again, it's tough because it's windy, and also tough because you only get you get a show pair, but you can't shoot the show pair. So you've only got 3 combos, so, it's a little tougher to determine which one you want to shoot first, how you want to shoot them. Luckily, I do go here a good amount of times. But anyway, so this station now is a real tough one. So you've got one coming out on the right, and then you've got another one coming high. So we've got this one on the right going out, bang, and then we've got that one up top, bang. I wait for it to get a little bit lower because I used to shoot it at the top, and I've been getting a little bit nervous about shooting at the top, a little bit insecure about my shooting. So I've been waiting to get a little bit lower. This one coming out, it's coming out kind of on an angle, and I'm actually not the best at shooting these ones on the angle, so you'll see it. It's almost like a slice of paper. It's thinner. It's a little tougher to shoot, but there we go. I got it, bang, and then that one, we wait till the bottom, bang, and I got both of them. Son of a bitch, look at me go. Woo-wee. And so here's the last station of the day. So we've got the one coming left to right, and then we've got one coming right to left coming in. And this first one on the left is quick. So you got to be quick about it and shoot it. And then the second one is coming in, so it's not as hard. So here we go. Bang and bang.
Like the vid, leave a word, drop a comment, get absurd. Subscribe if you had some fun. We drop bangers one by one. Check the description down below for all the links you need to know. Thanks for watching, you're the best. Now go